Well done, Chelsea. 3-0 against Wolves. Fantastic. It's quite late, so I'm just keeping my voice down, but there is something I need to tell you before you get off of this video, before you watch the fan cam. IP Vanish. Check it out. It is the VPN for you. If you want to watch games at 3 o'clock and you live in the UK, you know you can't do it. There's only one way. VPN, 3 letters. And you've only got one job. There's a QR code on screen. There's a link below. Scan the QR code. Click the link. You can get over 80% off as a discount on IP Vanish. Come on, guys. Up the Chelsea. Another 3 points, and we move on to the international break. Enjoy the video. Hello, everyone, from Chelsea Fan TV. I hope you're all doing very well. Chelsea 3, Wolves 0 in the Premier League. I'm here with Charlie. Very, very lively crowd today. Very excited. And we have a lot of reason to be happy. We're second in the table now. Obviously, Estevao coming on, making an impact. Garnacho. Lots of things to be happy about.
Shut the fuck up!
Charlie, what was your take on what you saw?
Yeah, but I thought it was decent. First half, I think we started the game pretty well. First 20-25 minutes were pretty good. We created a few chances. Enzo Fernandez should have had a couple of assists. Well, we obviously didn't take them opportunities. But I felt like after sort of half an hour, we sort of put the handbrake on and we sort of stopped playing. We were knocking it sideways. It was slow. It was a bit boring. It was predictable. And like I thought the boos at half time understood it. Maybe a little bit harsh in hindsight, but second half we come out and we were much better. Played with a lot more intensity, a lot more on the front foot, and players actually, you know, taking their men on, and it made a difference.
Let's talk about the player that everyone wants you to talk about, Estevao. Stevie. What is with? I mean, is the hype real, Charlie? Is it real?
Yeah, mate, he's been superb for us. You know, he's been here 10, 11 games, and you know, fans love him already. He's a fan favourite, and every time he gets the ball, mate, you know, there's an excitement around it. We haven't had a genuine superstar for a while. I mean, you could call Cole Palmer a star, but in terms of like, you know, really since Eden Hazard, this is the first player I can remember where there's like so much hype around him, so much excitement about him coming on the pitch. And you know, with his first touch, he sets up João Pedro for the second goal. I mean, after that, he wasn't in the game that much. But yeah, he's a top player for us. But he's got to be starting every week. He has to.
Why is he not starting now? Why is Neto always starting ahead of Estevao? Do you think it's just because of what he does defensively?
Yeah, I think Maresca said before the game about, you know, like modern football, you've got to do both sides of the game. But in a game like this, where you're playing a team that's not going to have much of the ball, a team that's not going to offer very much going forwards, I don't think you need someone on the pitch that's going to offer you the defensive side of the game as well. You know, in the big games away from home, I get it, it makes sense. But, you know, for me, Estevao is our best winger. He's having the biggest impact, and you've just got to play him as much as you can.
Do you play him as a 10 or do you play him on the right-hand side?
No, I'll play him on the right. I mean, I think eventually when he bulks up a little bit, I think you could move him into a 10 in a few years' time potentially. But yeah, right now I'd stick with him on the right-hand side.
What about Garnacho on that left-hand side? Because another player's had a lot of criticism. Some people like him. Some people hate him. Especially when he came in, they were very much against the signing. I always thought it was like a fair deal, not a great deal getting Garnacho, not a bad deal. I thought it was fair because we wanted 30, United wanted 50. We met in the middle, and you know he's had some games where he's been criticised, especially defensively. But 2 assists. If we're going around the whole performance as well, what did you take from Garnacho?
Yeah, probably his best performance in a Chelsea shirt. I think he's got 4 GA now in his last 4 games, and you know if he's going to play like that on a regular basis, then 40 million quid's an absolute steal for a player like that. He was direct. He took his player on. He made the right decisions, and you can see that there's something to work with there. We just need to see that now on a more consistent basis. But you know, he was really good today. I like what I saw from him. There's definitely something there that we can build upon.
I mean, it's interesting as well looking at the second assist, the one for Neto's goal. Yeah. A lot of United fans would probably tell you from experiences that if he was in a United shirt, he wouldn't pass that ball. He would go for goal. But he was unselfish, and Maresca pointed as well. He said, "Go and celebrate together." And, you know, he deserves credit for that.
No, he does, man. I think with young players and stuff, it's about making the right decisions. You know, they're not always going to make the right decisions, but, you know, he certainly looks like he's learning. He certainly looks like he's, you know, getting better than what we saw in his first appearances. And, yeah, but I think there's definitely a player there. And there's someone on that left-hand side who right now is definitely ahead of Jamie Gittins and really is nailed down that left-wing spot.
What about the midfield with Enzo and Caicedo? Obviously our strongest pairing, but for me, we always say Caicedo's the man that stood out. It wasn't the case today.
No, I mean, Caicedo wasn't bad today, but Enzo Fernandez thought was outstanding.
Yeah.
We're throwing it back like the 5 on his back in the Graham Potter season. He was dominating that midfield. The passing was superb. He should have had a couple of assists, like I said in the first half, if the boys could have finished the chances off. But that's what you want to see more from Enzo. Getting him more involved in the game, more on the ball, more, and dictating things in the middle of the park.
I feel like in the past couple of games, I just see an energy about Enzo. I don't know what it is. I see him covering a lot of ground. Even when we lost against Sunderland, for me, Enzo was covering a lot of ground. It just wasn't working for whatever reason. But as an individual, I see him improving. One of the big debates is, do you take the GA and Enzo not doing all the other stuff in the middle, or do you want what we had with Potter? Linking up nicely, but not necessarily scoring goals and getting assists. Like, what's your take on the way he's playing? Do you think he's merging the two together?
I mean, that'll be the ideal scenario. I mean, look, last season I thought he obviously had his best season at Chelsea. I think got 26 GA in all competitions. Mate, we haven't got anyone that gets goals and assists from midfield other than him, because Lavia don't do it, Santos don't do it, Caicedo does it occasionally quite rarely, but. Mate, I just want him to, impact the game as much as possible. So if that's from a deeper position, fine. If it's from a slightly more advanced position, that's also fine. Just get him. At the end of the day, to get the best out of him, you just need to get him on the ball as much as possible.
I suppose when you have all the possession as well, it's quite easy to do that. They weren't pressing; they were happy to sit back. I mean, do you think there's any chance of Wolves staying up?
No, I think they're struggling. I mean, to be honest, there's still a lot of games left, but. Yeah, you look at them and you just think they've won 0 wins out of. I think they've got 2 points out of 11, and from 11 games, and they're in big, banging trouble, mate.
How was Belgrade? You wanna go on? You come in, Father. Come on in. You want to speak to me after? Okay.
He wants to know about the airport.
Do you know about that?
Well, but you had to fly to Belgrade, yeah.
No, I missed my flight, courtesy of Turkish Airlines, mate.
Well, so was picking up Turkish Airlines, mate. He likes them.
Turkish Airlines didn't do a job for me, that's for sure. They didn't. What do you mean it was my fault? They delayed the flight.
Is he spokesperson for Turkish Airlines?
Hey, Father, come on.
No.
Come on, mate. Look, he celebrates with Garnacho and now he doesn't want to speak to me.
No. And it's because you slagged off Turkish Airlines, mate. You don't stand for that.
He's coming over now.
FYI, by the way, this man called me 3 a.m. local time. It was me and Sammy, and then he called me. Yeah, I was in Belgrade now.
No, I was in Turkey when I called you.
No, you didn't. I
was going to Belgrade, but I was in Turkey.
How long was it with the layover? How long was that?
In Belgrade?
Yeah.
5 hours.
5 hours.
It was extra sort of 16 hours because I missed my flight.
So it's unlike you to miss your flight, mate.
Yeah. You know what? I'm not going to blame you for that. I'm not going to blame any Turkish airline for that, because I think it's luck in it. Because
it's luck of the draw, mate. Luck of the draw.
Luck of the draw.
You missed it, mate, and that's unfortunate.
You bet they're getting a call from me on Monday morning. They are.
Final review on Steve.
No, we've already spoken about Steve. We've spoken about Steve. So what about the defence? Let's talk about the back line. This has been a real area of concern. I was in Karabag, and I thought Tosin was shocking.
Mate, I told you, Tosin's been shit for ages, mate.
But he's not been shit for ages, mate.
This whole season he's been shit. Yeah.
But last season I was very happy with
last
Tosin.
season he had a good season, but I told you after Spurs, Fofana's the key to this defence now. That's now back-to-back games where he's been brilliant, and he brings a calmness to the back line. Chalobah as well, who's taken criticism this season, and some of it justified, some of it I think massively over the top. He's done a job as well, and he looks a lot better playing alongside Fofana. And I think, I said to you before that I think that's the pairing that Maresca probably wants to go with until Colwell comes back. It's just obviously Fofana right now managing his minutes. He's not ready to play more than once a week at the moment. But I think that's the pairing he wants to go with. And I thought Chalobah was good. I thought Fofana was brilliant. Admittedly, they're going to have tougher tests. Wolves didn't really offer anything in the way of any kind of attacks or made it particularly difficult for us from a defensive standpoint. But impressive defensive performance, man. It's back-to-back clean sheets in the league now, and you can only build on that.
Do you think that's another reason that Enzo came a little bit deeper, because we didn't have that centre-back, as Maresca says, who likes to do those through balls? I know Fofana likes to drive, but you don't really see the through balls from him or Chalobah. So do you think that's one of the reasons Fernandes was a bit deeper at times?
Potentially. I mean, obviously, it's hard to replicate that line-breaking pass from Cole. The guy that does it the closest to him in the squad is Tosin, but his actual defending is awful. So I suppose you sacrifice that a little bit. Maybe Enzo coming deeper to get the ball to play those passes. That could have been part of the thinking, but yeah, just get Enzo on the ball, and he's going to have a decent game.
What about the fullbacks? Gusto obviously getting the first goal of his senior career.
First goal he's ever scored. Yeah,
I can't believe it.
Mate, it's a nicely worked goal, and he was right place at the right time, and he heads it in. But yeah, mate, I think he had a good game as well. I think he had a good game. And it's good to have those options. Reece plays 2 games back to back, and you bring in Gusto, and the situation is very similar. So yeah, I think they're the 2 great options to have for us.
What do you make of the way that we're playing Gusto? Do you think we're playing more to his strengths? Do you think that's why he's improving?
Look, I think obviously two reasons. Probably more one that suits him perhaps a little bit better, but also he's understanding more. He's maturing more. He's probably understanding the game from tactically from a better perspective, understanding more what Oresca's wanting from him. So yeah, if he can just keep that form up, then it's going to be good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm feeling pretty good about this team. I've always said that I thought we would challenge, and I'm getting the sense that a lot of people around here think that we can challenge. The question is, how far, how long, like where does it end? Like where can we realistically go from this point?
Well, I said at the start of the season we finished 3rd. I'll stick with 3rd, but I think the ceiling for this squad is probably 3rd place. But I mean, we'll finish 3rd or 4th this season. I think we're not going to finish in the top 2. I doubt it.
Fair enough. Hey, big up to you, my friend. Thanks so much, Charlie. Good to see you, mate. Good to see you,
mate. See you.